Hey, 49ers faithful. Let's dive into all the latest updates as we head into this crucial Week 16 matchup against the Colts, fresh off that impressive victory over the Tennessee Titans. San Francisco has been riding high with momentum from 4 consecutive wins, and it feels like the team is really finding its rhythm just as the playoffs approach. There's a lot to unpack, from injuries and player performances to intriguing matchups. So buckle up, because this is going to be a comprehensive look at what the 49ers are dealing with heading into this pivotal Monday Night Football game. Starting with some positive news on the injury front, which is always a relief as the postseason nears. San Francisco has been able to get a few key pieces back on the practice field. Tatum Bothan, dealing with a high ankle sprain, is returning to practice, providing a much-needed boost to the linebacker core. Defensive end Sam Okwanu is also back at practice after a high ankle sprain, ready to contribute at defensive tackle when called upon. Then there's Moss Gross, whose hip strain had kept him sidelined, but his practice window has opened, signaling progress toward full participation. Spencer Rattford is checking in well after taking some hits recently, and Eric Kendricks, who had been sidelined with a calf issue last week, is also back in practice. Jordan Elliott, who suffered a leg injury before a recent game, will return to practice as well, with no concerns that this will turn into a long-term setback. The young players, of course, are worth keeping an eye on. Rookie linebacker Nick Martin, drafted out of Oklahoma State in the 3rd round, has shown flashes of brilliance with his speed and tenacity, though his time on the field will remain limited this year as he continues through concussion protocol. Similarly, wide receiver Jacob Cowing, who has a rare vertical speed and the potential to be a dynamic gadget player, continues to battle hamstring injuries. His practice window will open soon, but it remains uncertain how much of an impact he will have on this year's offense. Jordan Watkins, one of the most explosive wideouts from last year's college football scene, has also been held back by injuries, despite showing enormous potential in the preseason. Kyle Shanahan has stressed the need for consistency and hard work in practice for players like Watkins to earn their opportunities. Unfortunately, not all the injury news is positive. Ricky Pearsall, after showing one of his best performances against the Titans with nearly 100 receiving yards on 6 catches, is now dealing with concerns about his knee. There's fear that he may have re-aggravated his PCL, a critical stabilizer for the knee, which is especially troubling for a wide receiver who relies on precise cuts, weight bearing on the legs, and misdirection in routes. Adding to that, he also sustained a low ankle sprain from a hip drop tackle during the first play of the game, raising questions about whether he will be able to practice this week. His absence would certainly be a significant loss for the Niners' offense, given his emerging role as a deep threat and dynamic playmaker. Pearsall has battled injuries throughout the season, and this latest setback could hinder his progress as he continues to develop his game at the professional level. As we shift focus to the opponent, the Colts are a team in turmoil at quarterback, which adds another layer of intrigue to this matchup. After losing 4 consecutive games, Indianapolis is desperate to keep their playoff hopes alive, but their quarterback situation has been chaotic. Daniel Jones' Achilles injury opened the door for an unconventional move, bringing in the 44-year-old Philip Rivers, who hadn't played since 2020. Rivers, older than both the Colts head coach and offensive coordinator, stepped in last week against Seattle and nearly orchestrated a remarkable comeback, demonstrating why he is considered a generational talent. Despite being slightly over his ideal playing weight and well past the prime years of his career, Rivers showcased classic quarterbacking, making audibles at the line, reacting to the defense post-snap, and distributing the ball with intelligence and precision. It is rare to see that level of skill and football IQ at this stage of a player's career, and San Francisco's defense will need to be prepared for his savvy and experience. Colts head coach Shane Steichen confirmed that Rivers will start against the Niners on Monday night, setting the stage for a fascinating matchup between a veteran quarterback and a 49ers defense that struggled at times against the Titans. Brock Purdy, on the other hand, continues to impress with his growth and poise. Against Tennessee, he delivered arguably his best game of the season, moving effectively in the pocket, making plays on the run, and showing remarkable decision-making throughout. His 3 touchdowns came on plays that extended beyond 2.5 seconds, highlighting his ability to improvise and create opportunities out of structure. The offense under Purdy's leadership has been increasingly efficient, with players like Demarcus Robinson and Juwan Jennings stepping up in the passing game. George Kittle remains elite, recording over 70 yards after the catch in the previous game alone, which underscores just how much of a weapon he continues to be for this offense. Kendrick Bourne's contributions also cannot be overlooked, as he consistently finds ways to make impactful plays, rounding out a receiving core that, while hampered by injuries, is still dynamic and versatile. On the defensive side, there are concerns that need addressing. The Titans were able to gain 6.8 yards per carry, and the Niners managed 0 sacks despite recording 11 pressures. Coverage breakdowns resulted in 2 missed interceptions, and this level of defensive performance will not suffice against playoff-caliber opponents. Players will need to win their individual matchups, and Robert Saleh, as defensive coordinator, must find ways to maximize the talent on the roster, adjusting and adapting to create opportunities and generate pressure even against experienced quarterbacks like Philip Rivers. The margin for error is slim, and the Niners' defense will be tested in ways that may define the team's playoff readiness. Adding some positive notes from the roster, defensive tackle Sebastian Baldes, affectionately nicknamed the Hulk, has been rewarded for his consistent hard work despite being elevated and then listed inactive in past games. These decisions have provided him with game checks while also recognizing his effort and commitment, offering a glimpse of the depth and dedication within this team. Such moments show that San Francisco is building a culture where effort and performance are recognized, fostering competition and growth across the roster. Heading into this matchup, it is clear that the 49ers have a combination of challenges and opportunities. Injuries to key players like Ricky Pearsall could limit offensive options, while the return of others provides a boost to both the offensive and defensive units. The quarterback matchup between Purdy and Rivers presents a fascinating contrast in age, experience, and playing style, and the game will hinge on how well the Niners can execute on both sides of the ball. Momentum is on San Francisco's side, but the ability to adapt, stay healthy, and make the most of each play will be crucial as the team continues its push toward the postseason. Every snap, every matchup, and every adjustment could make the difference, and fans should be prepared for an exciting, high-stakes contest as the 49ers look to maintain their winning streak and keep their playoff aspirations alive. As we continue to break down this Week 16 matchup, it is impossible not to focus on how the 49ers offense will adapt without the full availability of Ricky Pearsall. His absence or limited participation would force Brock Purdy and Kyle Shanahan to lean more heavily on other weapons in the passing game, which could provide both challenges and unexpected opportunities. George Kittle, for instance, has been playing at an elite level, consistently creating separation and making defenders miss after the catch. His ability to extend plays, particularly against aggressive pass-rushing defenses, is a critical component for Purdy as he looks to maintain the rhythm that has defined his recent games. The chemistry between Purdy and Kittle has been developing steadily since the start of the season, and it will be fascinating to see how Shanahan and his coaching staff adjust the game plan to account for Pearsall's injury while still maximizing the strengths of their receiving core. In addition to Kittle, players like Demarcus Robinson and Juwan Jennings have been stepping up in recent games, showing the depth that San Francisco has built in its wide receiver group. Robinson has made some crucial catches when targeted, displaying reliable hands and route precision that allow Purdy to make confident throws even in high-pressure situations. Jennings, on the other hand, has a knack for creating explosive plays downfield and has shown an ability to win contested catches against tight coverage. The combination of these players, along with Kendrick Bourne, who continues to contribute consistently, provides Purdy with multiple options to stretch the field and keep defenses honest. These adjustments will be essential in navigating the Colts' defensive schemes, especially against a team that has been struggling to find consistency at the quarterback position. Speaking of the Colts, the presence of Philip Rivers adds a fascinating twist to this matchup. While Rivers is past his physical prime, his football IQ and ability to read defenses remain exceptional. He has a long history of adapting quickly to new offensive systems, and his experience will make him a formidable challenge for San Francisco's defense. Robert Saleh and his staff will need to dial up creative pressure schemes, disguising coverages and mixing up looks to prevent Rivers from comfortably dissecting the defense. The Niners' front seven, while healthy in certain areas, will be tested in their ability to generate pressure without overcommitting and leaving vulnerabilities in the secondary. This matchup between an experienced veteran quarterback and a defense that has struggled at times against zone schemes and fast-paced offenses will be one of the most intriguing storylines of the night. On the defensive end, San Francisco's secondary will need to be sharp, particularly in coverage against dynamic receivers. There were breakdowns against the Titans that allowed for significant yardage after the catch, highlighting the need for disciplined communication and timely reactions. Cornerbacks and safeties must anticipate routes, stay patient in coverage, and avoid over-pursuing in order to minimize big plays. Any lapse in concentration could be exploited by a quarterback like Rivers, who is adept at taking advantage of defensive mistakes. The linebacker core, bolstered by the return of Bothan and other key contributors, must remain active in both run support and pass coverage, balancing aggression with awareness. This unit's ability to read plays quickly, react decisively, and support the defensive line will be critical in determining whether the Niners can control the tempo of the game. Special teams, too, cannot be overlooked in a game of this magnitude. Field position will play a significant role, particularly if either team struggles to sustain drives. Kickoff coverage, punt returns, and situational kicking could influence momentum swings and scoring opportunities. Players who excel in these areas often make the difference in close games, and the 49ers have historically valued contributions from their special teams unit, making it an area to watch closely. Any breakdown in coverage could give Rivers and the Colts offense an advantage, particularly if the Niners' defense is already managing injuries or fatigue. Offensively, the run game will also be a major factor. San Francisco has shown the ability to establish a strong ground attack, which helps to control the clock and keep Rivers off the field. Running backs who can hit holes decisively, pick up blitzes, and create mismatches in the secondary provide the offense with flexibility. When combined with play-action passes and the threat of Purdy's mobility, the run game opens up opportunities for both short and deep passes, forcing defenses to respect multiple elements simultaneously. Shanahan's schemes are known for their creativity and precision, and leveraging the full skill set of the offense will be essential in neutralizing the experience and savvy of a quarterback like Rivers. As for Brock Purdy, his growth has been remarkable. His ability to make quick decisions, maintain poise under pressure, and extend plays outside the pocket gives the 49ers a distinct advantage, particularly against a defense like the Colts that has faced instability at the quarterback position all season. Purdy's mobility, combined with his vision and timing, allows him to exploit openings in coverage, creating opportunities for receivers and tight ends to make plays after the catch. His command of the offense has been evident, and the confidence he projects to his teammates has helped stabilize a unit that has dealt with injuries and inconsistent performances throughout the season. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to 49ers Zone and hit the like button on this video. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the San Francisco 49ers. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. San Francisco is buzzing with excitement as whispers circulate that Josh Allen, one of the NFL's brightest stars, could be heading to the 49ers. The mere idea of Allen donning the iconic red and gold has sent shockwaves through the fan base, sparking a wave of speculation that seems almost too good to be true. Insiders suggest that discussions have been quietly progressing behind closed doors, and while nothing has been officially confirmed, the rumor alone has fans imagining the seismic impact his arrival could have on the team. Allen, known for his rocket arm, athleticism, and ability to turn seemingly impossible plays into highlight reels, would instantly transform the 49ers offense. Analysts are already debating how head coach Kyle Shanahan might integrate Allen into his scheme, considering the quarterback's unique ability to extend plays with his legs while keeping defenses on edge with his arm strength. For a team already competitive and hungry for a Super Bowl run, the addition of a player of Allen's caliber could be the spark that propels them to championship contention. Social media has been ablaze since the rumors surfaced, with fans flooding platforms with mock lineups, fantasy scenarios, and celebratory posts imagining Allen leading the 49ers from Levi Stadium. Local sports bars reportedly saw an uptick in energy as patrons speculated over the potential signing, while merchandise shops are already fantasizing about the jersey sales that would follow such a blockbuster move. Even rival teams are reportedly taking notice, recognizing that Allen's mobility and arm strength could shift the balance of power in the NFC West. While some caution that trade talks can be tricky and unpredictable, the excitement in San Francisco is palpable. For a franchise with championship aspirations and a passionate fan base, the idea of Josh Allen in red and gold is a tantalizing prospect, one that has everyone from analysts to diehard supporters buzzing. Whether the rumor will materialize or remain an enticing what if, it has undeniably captured the imagination of a city already known for its fervent love of football. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the San Francisco 49ers, make sure to subscribe to 49ers Zone and give this video a like. We always look forward to hearing your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.